How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
What'd you think about the game?
It was great. Always good to get a win. I thought, guys played great, man. Like, credit to the defense. They had a chip on their shoulder all week. Shut them out in the second half. That's what I'm talking about. Jam running for 136. So good to have him back. The guys up front played their tails off. Wideouts played great. The tight ends, made lanes in the run game and the pass game. Like, it's all around good football, man. Just really, really proud of the guys. Always hard to get a win in the SEC, but it starts, over tomorrow, right? We got to go, to Columbia, to Missouri, to play a, undefeated Missouri team. Just starts over, man. Like, they're really good. 24-hour rule.
What's going through your mind when you celebrate with Jam in the end zone there at the end?
Just so happy for him, right? Just first time getting back in the end zone. I didn't know that he ran for that much. Just fed him the ball 22 times. That's been my dog since freshman year, right? We were roommates. Me and his family are close. My family and his family are close. Me and his girlfriend are really tight. I'm just so proud of him, man. Honestly, just so proud of the guys up front.
How did it feel as an offense to get the second to last drive, 8 minutes and 29 seconds, to basically put the game away and kind of impose your will on Vanderbilt?
It's one, like, all coming together and having good plays, right, is always great. I think that's what killed us in the first half, right? And it's really my fault. I'm looking at the stats. We had too many negative plays from, holdings. I took four sacks. Like, I can't do that. I got to throw the ball away, and just negative plays in general, right? I think that's what kind of set us back. But we got on track in the middle of first half to the second half, right? Just all around good football by the guys, man. Like I said, like, really, really proud of the group overall.
Well, your ability to make some plays off script, scrambling, moving around, buying some time and everything. Have you always had that, or is that something you're getting better?
I think both, right? I feel like that I've done it, for a long time since high school. But I feel like I've evolved, just from playing. But the guys in general, right, have a good sense of getting open and understanding, like, scramble rules, right? Sometimes I get out of there too quickly when there's a good pocket. Just looking back at the iPad on the sideline, right? Like, the guys up front are doing a good job, and I got to step up and make the play. But credit to the wideouts and just everybody else, like, getting open. You know what I mean? Because it's hard. Scramble rules. People don't really have a good feel for that. And these guys here, man, like, just very, very impressed.
What makes a good 2-minute drill like the one before the half, and why are you guys so comfortable in that?
One, right, it starts with our coaches. We practice it every week. We have confidence. Two, it starts with the players, right? We got just a ton of good players around us, and we all understand, like, hey, we got a job to do. We got to go score points. And three, just trust. We talk about trust all the time and communication on offense, right? We all trust one another. Like, I think this is one of the most tight-knit groups I've ever been around. And there was no doubt in our mind that when we got the ball in that 2-minute drill the first half that we were going to go score. Like, there was no doubt in our mind. We have too many good players on offense, too many playmakers, and that's all we needed to do, just get those guys the ball.
What does that do before going into halftime with a drive like that?
Yeah.
It seems like you guys have done that for the last few years.
Huge momentum swing, right? We talked about the middle eight all the time as a team. The middle eight, for people who don't know, right, it's the middle 4 minutes in the first half and the beginning of 4 minutes in the second half. And there's a crazy stat, like, whoever wins that middle eight, those minutes, pretty much wins the game. It's a crazy stat. And we talk about that all the time. I know it was tied, but that was huge for one, going into halftime, tied. And then two, our defense doing a great job of, getting a stop when we came out. Like, looking at the stats, shutting them out, that's a really, really good offense with really, really, good players on offense, really coached up. They do a lot with double sliders, movement. Like, that guy's a good player. Their receivers, their running backs, like, that is a really, really good offense. And so our defense stepping up and doing a good job, man. Like, I'm really, really proud of those guys in general. Like, they told us all week, like, we got a chip on our shoulder. Last year was gone, but it's never forgotten. We said it all week, so just really, really proud of the guys.
Talk us through the touchdown pass to Ryan. You're rolling right, and then he breaks back left, and you find him.
Yeah, that was a little bit of improvising in that one. You know, I'm going to get a mouthful when we go watch it tomorrow. But yeah, you know, we knew that we were going to play in man coverage in the red zone. We coached it up all week. You know, we had a naked boot play. Everybody went to the right. You know, the end kind of looped around. I kind of tried to buy time, and like I said earlier, like Ryan has a really good feel for scramble rules, and he just got open because that's what good players do. So credit to him, man, and everything that he's done. And I mean, I'm looking at his stats right now, like 6 catches for 98 yards. Like I expect him to do that. Like that's what good players do. So.
Well, Ty, what was the adjustments made at halftime? Because you guys left some points on the field. I'm sure you felt like. What was the key to finishing drives and pulling away?
Yeah, like I said, we need to eliminate the negative plays. I mean, that starts with me. Like the 4 sacks, like that's unacceptable. Like my guys work so hard up front, and I gotta, have their back and not take sacks when I'm trying to make plays. I gotta protect the ball. Throwing interceptions, like that's ridiculous. And I think, coming out, we just communicated a lot better, right? We kind of calmed down. We were amped up a little bit. It's because we knew, how the game was going, right? With, all the outside noise and whatever. But we just communicated, and we knew that it's going to be a heavyweight fight, right? Last week was a heavyweight fight. This week was a heavyweight fight. Next week's going to be a heavyweight fight. Like this stretch of SEC games, like it's like the NFL, man. Like every week is going to be a hard week, and so the guys understand that, like it's a 4-quarter game. Like SEC ball is different than any other else ball. So,
How strong a sense do you have of the confidence these guys have in you right now, Ty? What does that do for a quarterback to know when you have that around you?
One, right? I think their confidence in me comes from me having confidence in them, if that makes sense, right? Like, I have so much confidence in my guys and what they do, and that's kind of the reason why I say it, because I love this group and I love this team and I love, the city of Tuscaloosa, right? And I just love playing for them, honestly. Like, I'm just really, really happy and blessed to be here, play with a good group that we have, and I just, no matter what happens in the game, I just want to make sure that I play for my brothers. And everybody on that team, everybody in the building, in the Mount Moore facility is family to me, and I'm going to make sure that I fight my tail off to get the win for those guys.
You mentioned the interception. Can you talk us through what you saw, the play calling, just kind of what
Yeah,
play?
That's just bad ball on me. It was a short yardage play, right? We knew that they were gonna, play one high zone when short yardage, but we talked about all week. Hey, corner fall off, right? And so we did a little play action play to where it was a little flood concept, 3-level stretch. On the post, the corner took the post and gave it to the safety. Fell off on the flood. I didn't see it, and I threw it right to him. It's just unacceptable on my part. I got to protect the ball in the fringe area. I can't take sacks. And I cost our team points, every time that we get down there, right, that's got to be points. And to be the best offense in the country, that's, pretty much no excuses, right? So I let my team down on that one, and I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Ty, you waited a long time to play games like this, to start games like this at home. Do you feel like you enjoy it, appreciate it, maybe a little bit more, having waited as long as you did?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like, don't want to say took it for granted, but like me sitting those years, right? Like you get a little, feel like, man, like I would love to be out here. I remember those games when I was, not playing, like the Texas game, the SEC championship game, and games like that. Like, man, that's my dream. Like being able to play in SEC games like that, and honestly, like makes me love the game more. Like like I said earlier, like the amount of love I have for the guys, my coaches, the people in the Mount Moore facility, right? It's, undeniable. And, just because of me sitting, like, it just gives me a sense of, like, man, like, I love this game. Like, I love the people. Like, and, God's blessed me to be on this platform. And I'm going to make sure that, I give him all the glory and I do it, in his name.
Can you speak to how important falls are for your family? You're always asking about your dad's score after your games. He's doing the same thing back in Martin. Your mom was at Graham's game last night, so was your sister. They made the drive to Tuscaloosa. Just how important that dynamic is to have your family so involved with everything you do.
Yeah, they have my back no matter what. There's been some hard times here. And they've always had my back no matter what. And, like, credit to my mom and my sister and my brother, right? Like, you know, my mom literally like misses my dad's game, goes to my brother's game on Friday night, and drives down to every game that I have. Like, you know, that's a lot. And I, you know, I don't ask her to do that, but she's, you know, willing to do that because of, you know, how much she loves me. I mean, just fall in general, right, is our, you know, our time of the year. One, it's the busiest time of the year, but like, it's what we all bond over, right? You know, I know the only reason I didn't ask y'all to YouTube Martin School is I already know it. You know, after this, I'm going to call my dad and talk to him about, you know, our game, and I'm going to talk to him about his game. I'm going to go see my parents and my family at my house, thank them and everything that they've done for me, coming here and all the support they give me, and, you know, start over tomorrow. But, I mean, you know, the amount of support that I have from my family, you know, my friends and the people in Martin, and, you know, the Weakley County area, like, you know, I can't thank them enough. And, you know, I play for them just as much as I play for, you know, my teammates. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.